welcome back to another video. Alex here from Fearless Training, and today I want to talk to you about a little bit like this, innit, mate? Talking about, you know what I mean? Bit fucking bright, innit? Welcome back to another video. Alex here from Fearless Training, and today I'm going to talk to you about a very important subject. Possibly the most important subject, or one thing that you certainly want to get at the top of your priority list, and that is sleep and how to improve it. Okay, so there's a bit of a maxim that goes around, which is rest when you're dead or sleep when you're dead. Now, inadvertently, that is going to be true if you cut your sleep down. So what we know from literature and studies, just like cigarettes are bad for you, there is no advantage whatsoever from having cigarettes. Definitively, we know that they are just bad for your health. We know now that sleep is also the same. In congruence to, if you're not getting enough quality sleep, you are going to die faster. End of. And that might sound quite harsh, but it's the truth. There's a lot of people skipping out on a lot of sleep over there because they're trying to get ahead, and it's the whole I'll sleep 6 hours and work for the rest. And you know, a lot of famous people have said that over the years, and all of these people have actually died earlier or developed degenerative diseases and not had a good quality of life. So how do we know how much sleep to get, and how much sleep should we get? Well, fortunately, there's been a lot of neuroscientists and sleep scientists, and even though what we know is still minute in the grand scheme of things, it's a hell of a lot better than it used to be. Now, one of the best resources that I've read, and I've sort of mentioned it throughout my videos of late, is the Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. It is a phenomenal book. It's a top-selling, it's one of the best-selling books now in the world on this topic. It is 5-star reviews, and I could not recommend it highly. I've gifted it to many people. I've got all my clients onto it, and everyone who's actually taken the time to read it has come out better off and said, wow, I didn't realize how important sleep was. And when you think about it, why do we sleep? Now, a lot of people go, well, easy, like, we need to rest, we need to recover. Yeah, but why? Like, why for every single day of our life since we've been born, we go into this state which resembles a comatic or a dead, if you like, sometimes state? It's kind of weird when you think about it long enough, but we need it. So this book goes into all of the little specifics of why we sleep, all the different types of phases, from small adolescent polyphasial sleep to now more monophasial sleep, and what's the best, etc. And it talks a lot about how to improve sleep, but it really uses real life experience and statistics to back up what they say about how important sleep is and the validity of it. I cannot recommend this book enough. And some of the things that I've learned about sleep is, the first thing, we have different chronotypes. So for example, some of us are early morning larks, or the early birds if you like, and some of us are night owls. What I didn't realize is that you can't actually choose what chronotype you are. So people who are more on the night owl side of things, where they like to get up later and work later, well, they're at a bit of a social disadvantage because most jobs require you to get up early, right? You have to get up in the morning. This kind of deteriorates sleep. Now, I used to think those people that got up about 10 or 12 were just lazy bastards, right? This is not the case. And throughout your life as well, you go through different phases. So when you're young or when you're a teenager, you actually require a little bit more sleep, but it's not so much that you need more, it's just that you can't get to sleep at as early time as when you're an adult due to many things, and circadian rhythm and body temperature, which it goes into in this book. But it also changes over time, so you're always kind of at a disadvantage for someone who you're making rise earlier if they can't get to sleep and get the, which is recommended, quality 8 to 9 hours. And yes, you've heard this before, it's 8 to 9 hours of quality sleep, but it is true. And quality being the key word, if you're not actually getting quality sleep and you're using pills and medicines and cannabis, a lot of people are smoking weed, well, I got some news for you. You're not actually getting sleep. You're going into a sleep-like state, but you're not actually getting sleep, which means your body can't do what it do. It can't go into all these brain waves and sleep cycles and do all the repair that it has to be doing. And throughout the day, you can think of it as we are going through mild brain damage every day. And at night, we give the brain and the body the opportunity to undo that damage and repair. And not to mention the thousands of things, you know, mechanistically within the body that sleep actually helps us do. So it's a super fascinating topic, and it's helped me massively. Now, some of the things that you can do straight away to improve your sleep: 1, you probably already know a lot of these, but I'm going to emphasize them and give you some caveats to how you can actually get around and possibly just improve your sleep quality. That is, reduce blue light exposure before you go to bed. Now, you've heard this one before, right? And everyone now, it's a technological era. We're playing with our phones, okay? We've got our laptops on, we're watching Netflix, and that's all well and good, and it's great, and that's cool. Now, we can still have little bit of that too towards bedtime, but if we're going to do that, we want to have some sort of screen. So now you can get the glasses, which, you know, they reduce the blue light glare, or you can put a filter on your phone and your laptop. It's called Night Shift, I believe, on the Apple products. So there's always something you can do. You want to just reduce that stimulation before bed. A couple of other things that we'll go into is like temperature. You want to cool your body temperature down before you go to bed. Now, if you live in a hot country, that might be having a cold shower. If you're in a really warm country, then it might be a little bit easier, etc. But a lot of people think that when you go to bed, you actually increase the body temperature, and that's what makes you like snuggly and warm. But when you have a hot shower, the blood actually rushes towards the center of the body, or where the hottest parts are, and the extremities, after you get a shower and you cool off, get cool. And that's kind of what can initially help you sleep, or if you get too cold, keep you awake. So you've got to be within the right temperature, which sounds pretty technical, but at the same time, it's quite simple. So don't have a really hot, stuffy room, and at the same time, don't have an ice cool room. Have it somewhere on the cooler side, and then you can get under the sheets and you can sleep well. We all know that night where it's a bit winter, you know, it's cool, you snuggle under the sheets, it's raining, and you sleep really well. And that can be to do with auditory stimulus as well, which is another method that you can use. But I'm just going to point out some of the main methods that I took away from the video, and then you can go and do with them what you will. And if you're really, really invested in quality of life and improving every single thing, because sleep does improve every single thing. It's like the best performance enhancing drug you can take, and it's free, and it's not bad for you. Like, I'm talking everything from metabolizing fat, cognitive function, the ability to build muscle, recover, better skin. Every single thing you can think of, sleep improves. So if you improve your sleep quality and you get 8 to 9 quality hours consistently, you will be a superhuman. You will be better, and you have an advantage over everyone, because how many people actually get 8 to 9 hours of consistent sleep, right? So if you think about what is above and beyond more important than sleep, it would be oxygen and water, and that's literally it. And then when we put that into context of what's most important within the training realm, you know, people are coming to me saying, you know, I want to train, I want to get big, I want to lose weight, or I want to gain muscle, or whatever it might be. And they come in the gym smashing it, but it's like, well, how much sleep are you getting? Well, I'm working nights, or I'm not getting enough sleep. It's like, okay, cool. Well, let's try. Yeah, you work nights, it's not ideal. Let's work around it. You could at least try and get 8 to 9 hours, okay? But most people are shortcutting themselves, and they're making excuses. I got to work, I got to do that. It's like, no. Make it a priority. It's a non-negotiable, you know? But because unlike oxygen, it's something that it doesn't just necessitate, you actually have to make an effort. Now, people are going, well, we need more time in the day, and they're shortcutting the very thing that is going to get them or make them be more productive. So yeah, you know, we've all pulled an all-nighter, and every now and again, you know, you got to do what you got to do and live life. You got to go out, right? But for the most part, you don't want to be in a sleep debt. You never get that back. You can try and make a dent on it. I'm sure it helps, but you never get it back. So sleep is the number one priority. And if you think about it like this in terms of a time consensus, if we sleep for half of our life, we eat for roughly a quarter of it, and then we work out and exercise for a percentage of it, relatively, then what is the most important? Well, it's sleep, isn't it? It's sleep, and then it's nutrition, and then it's training. But everyone's got it the wrong way around. Or most people, they're focusing on the training, they're trying to smash themselves in the gym, they pay negligible amounts of attention to their nutrition, and they completely neglect the sleep, which is the most important thing. So if you are training, it's even more important, but if you're not, it's still important anyway. So do not sacrifice sleep. A couple of other things that I took out of the book that can improve sleep quality is also some basic things like getting some good comfy sheets, having a clean environment in your room, having it clutter-free, having it de-stress, not having a lot of electronics like a lot of people have, phones and TVs and all these things that cause stimulus as well. You want to get rid of a lot of that stuff, guys. And look, I know it's hard, and you know, it was challenging for me when I learned about this a couple of years ago, because it's not just now that I've learned about sleep, but it's just after reading this book that it's reconfirmed a lot of those beliefs and highlighted a lot of elements where I can be, oh wow, this is even more important than I thought, and it relates to so many aspects of life, and here's even more ways that I can improve it, etc. But guys, look, for everyone interested, or anyone interested, I highly recommend the book. I'm not doing it any justice, and I can only relay so much information without making this video about an hour long, but my intention is always to keep these videos, they're fun, they're snappy, they're vlogs, they're just off the cuff, they're not too edited, you know what I mean, because I'm just fucking making mistakes like a mofo. But that's real, it's raw, it's to the point, and that's what you want, and that's what we're all about here, Fearless Training. Got to keep it real, right? So apply those key principles. The main thing I want you to take out of this video is an awareness for sleep. It is important. You can't shortcut it, you can't cheat it. Just like a good physique, it is in your hands, and you've got to make it happen. You've got to put the time in, so make it a priority. And if you struggle with it, you may need to go see a doctor. You might get a sleep test that you can get to analyze your sleep if you're someone who has really bad sleep or sleep apnea, where you wake up and you can't breathe during the night, etc. That is something that does happen, and it's quite common these days, unfortunately, for people. Get it sorted. Sleep, make it a priority now. Invest in it. You'll live longer, you'll have a better quality of life, and every single element, everything in your life will be better, I guarantee it. But the book is somewhere on the screen now. I'm going to pop it up there, and the link is also in the description below. It's on Audible for like $14. I think here in Australia it was in the bookstore. I bought it. Even for my mom, it was $24. It's a very small amount of money for a lot of knowledge, and I am planning on getting Matthew Walker himself on my podcast. So for those of you who listen to the podcast, thank you for all the support. And next time you're there, leave a rating and a review. Help us out. It helps the channel grow, gives us positive feedback, and helps us, get this information across to more people so they can better achieve their goals and improve their lifestyles too. And if you've not listened to the Raw Knowledge podcast, click on the links below, and it is there. You can listen to it on all the best Audible platforms out there. And once again, we do have some new exciting episodes coming soon in the cooking series. And lastly, after many, many, many years of work, my Fearless Training Academy is about to launch very soon. It's within the next month, team. The website is up now. You can go over and check it out. You can pop your email in so you'll be the first to know. And this is a platform of unparalleled knowledge which will educate you on everything training, nutrition, lifestyle, anywhere in the world. This has been a long time in the making, and it's only going to be built out and get better. It's a living and breathing organism, and we're going to keep adding to it over the time. It's going to have exercises and lifting libraries in it to teach you how to execute effectively and efficiently all of the key movements within the gym. It's going to teach you about training fundamentals, the basic principles, and how to apply them so you don't stagnate, and so you can actually progress over time in a no-nonsense approach. It's going to teach you about nutrition, and again, the underlying fundamentals, so you can stop with all the bullshit and you can actually learn what is important, and what is the priority and the order, so with key takeaways and applications. And that is only a few things. It's going to have training programs, it's going to have interactive abilities as well, there's going to be weekly updates. So much coming, guys, that I'm able to give back now to anyone and everyone around the world too. And that will be a subscription-based service. You'll be able to log into the academy, you'll have your own username, etc. And it'll be very cool to create that culture and that community. But I'm going to keep providing a lot of this free information as well, these little snippets of information where I can, and knowledge based on what I've learned and what I've learned from other amazing people around the world, so we can all, get ahead and take something away and live a better life. Live the fearless way, if you like. So guys, any questions, as always, pop them in the comments below. If you want to see a specific video, make sure you let me know. We're going to keep banging these videos out. We're going to keep making them more interesting, better, as my editing skills get better. Or maybe I'll let George take over because he does an amazing job with all the other videos. I'm better behind the camera for the most part anyway. Anyway, as always, until next time, stay fearless and make sure you get your bloody sleep.